He was so close. Just a few more steps, and they would be free. But the condition was clear. Do not look back. No glance, no word, no confirmation that she was behind him. Could you walk that path without turning around? Orpheus doubted. He couldn't be sure. Was she really there? Or was it just a trick of the shadows? His heart was tearing apart. And then he looked back. He broke the condition, and in that moment, she was lost forever. But why did he look back? What made him break his word? To understand, we must go back to the beginning of their story. Once, their love was the stuff of legends. Orpheus, the greatest musician of his time, and Eurydice, his muse and his heart. Together, they were unstoppable. Their love was so strong, it seemed even death could not tear them apart. But fate is cruel. One day, as they walked through the meadow, a venomous snake struck Eurydice. She cried out, her body crumpling to the ground. Orpheus rushed to her side, but there was nothing he could do. Her life slipped away, leaving him alone in a world that had lost all its color. Orpheus could not accept a world without her. He refused to eat, to sleep, to play his lyre. The music that once brought joy to the world now lay silent. And so, he made a choice no mortal had ever dared to make. He would go to the underworld and bring her back. The underworld was a place of nightmares, a realm where no mortal dared to tread. But Orpheus was no ordinary man. Armed with nothing but his lyre and his love, he stepped into the darkness. At the river Styx, he met Charon, the ferryman of the dead. Charon demanded payment, but Orpheus had none to give. Instead, he played his lyre. The music was not mere sound. It was sorrow, longing, and love woven into notes. For the first time, Charon hesitated. Charon, moved by the music, allowed Orpheus to pass. The river carried him deeper into the abyss, where even the bravest souls feared to go. Before the gods of the underworld, Orpheus played his lyre once more. The song was not one of triumph or glory. It was a song of loss, of love stolen too soon. The notes echoed through the hall, and even the shadows seemed to weep. Hades, the lord of the dead, had heard the cries of the dead for eternity. But never before had he heard a song that moved him so deeply. Persephone, too, was touched. She leaned in and whispered to her husband, pleading for mercy. Hades granted Orpheus a single chance. Eurydice would follow him back to the world of the living, but only if he never looked back. One glance, and she would be lost forever. Orpheus agreed. He turned and began the long, treacherous journey back to the light, his heart pounding with every step. Every step forward felt like an eternity. The silence behind him was unbearable. Was she truly there? Or was it all a cruel trick of the gods? His mind raced, his hands twitched. The light of the living world was just ahead, but doubt gnawed at his soul. He could hear her footsteps, soft and steady. But was it truly her? Or was it the wind, mocking him? His heart screamed to turn, to see her face one last time. And then, he gave in. He turned. Their eyes met. Eurydice gasped, her hand reaching out to him, but it was too late. The shadows wrapped around her, pulling her back into the darkness. Orpheus reached for her, but his fingers grasped only air. She was gone. Forever. He had won her back, and he had lost her again. The light of the living world bathed him, but it brought no warmth. His lyre hung limply in his hands, silent and lifeless, Twice he had loved her. Twice he had lost her. And this time, there would be no second chance. The entrance to the underworld had vanished, leaving him alone in a world that felt emptier than ever. Some stories have no happy endings. Some loves are lost forever, and some songs are never meant to be finished. Subscribe or Zeus's thunder will strike you down.